Hey there! Welcome back to Minecraft, welcome back to Lordswood. Today we have quite a lot of things to do. First of all, as you can see here, I have marked a few spots right over here. As you can see, just from the name, we have a bridge right over here. Of course, we haven't constructed all this stuff yet because we're gonna terraform this huge chunk right over here. Now, what I like about this river, it separates this land and this land. The reason why this project is going to be massive, I'm going to cover up from here to here this river, and I'm going to reshape it because I don't like how it's really shaped right now. This section right over here is very narrow and this section is getting more wider, and I don't really like that. So we're just gonna make it more nice here, so all these shores will be more round. And of course, obviously, we will have to terraform this chunk of land right over here. So there's gonna be a path going right from this spot where the teleporters are, just going straight to the river and just going by the side of the river into the bridge and into this large area right over here. And this area is going to be farm. This is just the future plans and just gonna be a nice preparation, I guess, for the farm. Probably I will have to get rid of most of the land right here. Most of this land will be flattened because farms tend to be more flat. So first things first, let's just go ahead and just scout the area. So the main bridge is going to be in this area. I really like where this tree is located, so I'm just gonna leave it. So the bridge is going to be just by the side of this tree, and the farm is going to be in this land. And oh my god, we will have to flatten a lot of this land right over here. So obviously some farmhouses are going to be right in this middle of the junction right over here. I don't know, we will see what kind of stuff we're gonna come up with. But now we're basically gonna focus mainly on terraforming. So now let's just go back to the market area because most of the trees have grown. So let's just chop all these trees. I gathered most of the trees. So let's just finish this trunk right over here. And I'm going just to put maybe 5 blocks of height around, because this is going to be the basis, and from this part all the roots will start spreading out. There we go. And as you can see, now this tree is starting to get that shape that it's supposed to have. Break this chest, and then I'm just going to place this chest right over here. Store all this tree material, and that's pretty much it for now. Now we're gonna need quite a lot of energy, to be honest. I'm just going to apply dynamo on the bottom of the cube, and I'm going to get as much lava as possible. So let's make some extra buckets. Let's go grab some lava, and let's throw this lava into dynamo. And as you can see, the energy will start charging super fast, because now we will be covering this entire river up. And I'm planning to use sand. And to get sand, it's really simple. Take all this cobblestone that we have and just throw it all into pulverizer. That way we're gonna get some gravel and we're gonna get tons of sand. Place this chest on top right here. Throw all the cobblestone inside because we're going to need a lot. Now let's just gather all sand that we have. Okay, so that's what we have in the chests. Pretty decent amount, but of course we're gonna need much more. Also, let's just grab a couple of stacks of dirt and let's just throw all into backpack just for later on. So now while we set, let's just go ahead and start working on the river. As you can see right over here, this river just makes no sense. Like, what is happening here? So that's why I'm planning to reshape this entire thing, connect this river here, and maybe we're just gonna have entire river done in the future. Yeah. Lots of mobs. We're just gonna light up this area, just light around the river. Since I have some shares, I'm just going to gather all these water plants because I gonna need them once I gonna rebuild entire river, since that's the only water plant that we have, or let's just say river plant that we have. So now I'm just planning to start working from this area right over here. So I'm just going to build a bridge right over here, just using sand because it's much easier and it will be much quicker to cover entire water. Make a line it doesn't really matter where. And we can start working from here and just cover all this place like that. And as you can see, it's just gonna be really efficient way. So I'm gonna talk to you whenever I'm going to finish covering this river. So I had pretty much that amount of sand. This is pretty much how much I managed to get it covered. So as you can see, I'm gonna need quite a lot of sand. Pulverizer is working. I'm going to add gravel as well, because later on we will gonna need gravel to cover the river bottom as well. Let's take all this and let's go back to the workplace. While I was covering this area with gravel, I just realized one thing. I actually just could replace some of the area and just dig at least middle out. So I would just save most of the material and most of the time. So that's kind of stupid of me, don't be like me. So just gonna mine the middle out, just at least 4 blocks down. So now let's just focus on covering this thing up. Alright, so I managed to cover up this side. So now we're going to work on this side. So now if you're wondering how much it's gonna be covered, it's gonna be from here all the way to this line right over here. So it's going to take quite a long time. Whew. There we go, we got entire river covered up and digged out. So I got rid of this chunk right over here. Took me about maybe 4 hours, 3 hours. And as you can see, there are just tons of mobs spawning around. So we're gonna need loads of torches. So let's just go grab some torches. That's enough for the cobblestone. Pretty much have finished the job. A lot of torches. And I'm going to apply one modifier on excavator. Maybe just gonna apply on all tools that I haven't applied yet. It's gonna be excavator, hammer, sword. And I like how this mod pack makes gold so useful. Since I got modifier applied, I'm going to need some moss. Apply one moss on the excavator, because obviously we're gonna need a lot of dirt work done with it. Now I'm going to get rid of this layer of dirt, just so I could have as much space as possible, and I will just start making outlines for the river. So basically there's gonna be quite a lot of work, but I'm just gonna flatten most of this area just so I could be able to see better how this river should be shaped, and it will be easier to work on this area. So now I'm just gonna get rid of all this grass, first layer of dirt around this river, and we will then start terraforming this river. Alright, so we got rid of most of the grass around the bay. Now I'm just going to start putting some outlines for the river. And as you can see, the best way to build the river would be just in this darker biome, because that's literally where the water is supposed to be. So as you can see, this chunk of land should be chopped away. We will get to this part anyways. So now let's dig away this dirt. Okay, so we got that done. Let's light up the area for now. Alright, so I got most of the area pretty well lit. So let's just go ahead and start working on the river itself. So now I'm just going to start from the outlines, and I'm going to start from this side. So first of all, I'm going to figure out how wide this river should be. So as you can see, this river is 13 blocks wide, which is going to make it 15. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and dig outline right over here. And we're gonna start working from this line and making curves and curve all the way to this side. We're gonna choose just section by section, get rid of this middle section. We don't need sand here anymore. Let's check from the top. That's pretty much basic shape, basic distance, and I'm going to do the same over until we're gonna get to this area. So I'll talk to you whenever I'm going to finish this outline first. So here's a quick tip how you could avoid making river into the straight line. All you have to do is just try to make it a little bit more curved, because if you're gonna make it like that, it's just not gonna look good at all. And it's really simple. Leave 3 blocks like that and dig inside again. Leave 3 blocks inside and make a curve again. And this will just make it less straight, but this is just a simple solution how to make it more curvy. And just make it 1, then just add 2 inside, and just like that. Make a small curve that goes like this, and as you can see, it looks much better when instead of it's just straight line. To fix this side, all you have to do is just dig right here, leave maybe 2 blocks and just go inside. Just add few blocks and make a curve, and just make a curve like this. Just like that, and as you can see, it doesn't look straight anymore. It extends a little bit and just goes back narrow or whatever size you want, and just continue working on the river. Just like that. So there we go. We got the outline, and this is pretty much what it looks like. As you can see here, it goes wide and it gets a little bit narrow right on this section, kind of like it was before, and it's just getting wider till here and just curving around just like this nicely. Yeah, that's pretty much how it's gonna curve. So we basically got the outline and the first layer of the river. Now don't worry about all these lands that you see here. Some of the area has been chopped off, as you can see right here. Most of this part will be flattened because obviously we're gonna have farm over here. Now I'm not sure what's gonna happen with this cliff right over here. Maybe I might keep it and just like build a cliff by the river, and something's gonna be built on top. Not sure yet, but for now it's just gonna be like that. We're gonna plan that next time. So now I'm going to give a river basic form, and I'm just going to show you how I'm going to mainly do this entire river. Since I have 3 blocks right over here, I'm just going to dig 1 block down like this, leave just 1 block, then I'm just going to go down again, and then just leave 1 block on the side again, and then just gonna leave 2 blocks sticking in the middle part. Either I'm going to leave like that. So this is just a general shape. Maybe let's just add 1 block on this area and just add some right over here, and just mix the blocks. It doesn't really matter because it's gonna be under the water. Alright, so this is pretty much the general shape. It's gonna be 5 blocks deep from the middle, but of course in some areas it will change. Some areas will be more deeper, some areas will be less deeper. Around this area is gonna be a little bit shallow, some areas gonna be a little bit more deeper. So now let's just go ahead and start terraforming this entire river. Alright, so this is final result of the general shape. As you can see, it already looks like it's supposed to be a river over here, but if you think that this is ugly, you're correct, because now I'm going to polish this entire hole. Most of these parts look just way too blocky. They should be more rounded, more polished. Basically that's what I'm going to do. And as you can see, the river itself, the bottom looks very mixed with every kind of block. I'm really happy with this design because it's all random and messy, but obviously we won't gonna see the bottom of the river. We could leave like that, but I'm just going to polish around these areas, make some areas more deeper. Like as you can see, this area could be more deeper around these edges right over here. Just maybe make some areas not so steep. Maybe just replace a couple of blocks randomly around somewhere, but maybe I'm just going to add only 1 type of block that I'm already making, and it's going to be dried dirt. To make dried dirt, just put dirt into the furnace, simple as that, and you will get a completely different block, which is a dried dirt. You can't really chisel it, but you can chisel dirt, surprisingly. Alright, so let's just go ahead and start reshaping the river bottom. And let's just polish this bad boy right over here. So the river is pretty much done. As you can see, this part is much deeper. It goes to the 6 blocks. just a little small area like that. It looks really interesting. As we move along, just all messy area, but at least a little bit more polished and more roundier. This place is gonna be the shallow place. As you can see, it looks really well, especially when this tree is right around here, so it's gonna give that shade, and this tree is floating over here. Let's go ahead and fix that. This side is a little bit more sharper. It has some gravel as well. And since there's gonna be a cliff, probably the best idea would have more stone around the edges. Now we're pretty much finished and we can start filling the water. And we're gonna start from the lowest area to the top. So let's go ahead and fill this river up. Last few blocks. And finished. So this is the river. This is what it's going to look like. So now it's pretty much finished. Every place is filled up. As you can see, you can't really see the bottom of the river. And as you can see over here, you can't even see the dried dirt. The texture makes the river more darker and bottomless, I guess. You can only barely see the sand, and that's pretty much it. So the river is done. As you can see from the map, it looks really different. And now we will be able to terraform this area. So now I'm just going to get rid of these smaller trees in this area. But first let's go to sleep. Now here's a quick tip for you. If you are rich enough and you're running low on durability of these items, you can get some durability back just by putting some of these material in here. Just apply material and your tools will be fixed. So you wouldn't need to wait for durability to recharge with auto repair. And this is the area where it shows how much durability your tool has. Diamond tools only have like 2000 and Manilium has 18,000. So Manilium is almost 10 times better than diamond tools. So let's just start cleaning this area right over here, and we are going to terraform it. Alright, so I got rid of most unnecessary trees. So now let's just get rid of all this grass. This is the result of the grass removal. Your inventory will get filled with all kinds of seeds. And I didn't quite expected this area to be that clean. The land itself is not very perfectly shaped, but I'm quite happy that we got at least that much clean. So what I'm planning to do now is just gonna make a path that goes right over here by the side and just turns left, and it's gonna go by the river until this area where it's gonna be a little cliff, and from this area there's gonna be a bridge that goes across the river. So I'm just gonna have to terraform a chunk here and this massive area. So first of all, I'm just gonna start from the first layer right over here. So let's just start from somewhere right over here. There we go. Now I noticed that we have a pond right over here, so I'm going to cover that as well. Okay, so the pond got covered. Now we have a nice area to work with. So let's see what we can do here. I could probably make a curve that goes just like this, connect these two ends, and then it will be a small hill and it goes down again. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's check how it looks like. Looks pretty alright. So this is gonna be a little bit extended area. So let's get rid of this dirt right over here. Cover this area up. Ah, we have another pond here. Extend from this part right over here, 5 blocks. Now we can cover this area right over here. Let's see what we have right over here. This is going to be a little path area. This is where you're gonna just walk over this little bump right over here and down to this path. We're gonna need to remove some of this dirt right over here. Remove all this dirt right over here. And let's cover up this pond right over here. Okay, so we got this covered. Now let's just prepare the area for the path. We're going to make another layer somewhere right over here. So we're gonna have to have a elevation right over here. And we can start making a small cliff in this area. Build another level, and we're gonna form a nice cliff so we could start building a bridge. Max height of this cliff will be 5. So let's just fix this area. So we're gonna have to add a chunk of hill in this area. As you can see, it's just gonna be a small hill in this area. So we're gonna extend this part over here. Once we're gonna add the path, it's gonna look logical. And let's see. Let's build it square so we could easily then round the corners. Add more shape to the sides. And we're gonna have a bridge. Let's just mark the bridge area. 2 blocks of the gap away from the tree. So this is where the bridge will be. We should probably extend this part and add like this. Just like that. You're gonna need this part a little bit steeper, so let's just mine this dirt away. That should work. Just like that, just round off the edges. Just gonna leave it like this just for now. Round it from the top. Yeah, that's going to work out. Now we're just gonna round it off to the main cliff. And now it should be alright. Yeah, now it looks pretty alright. So now let's connect this part over here. And now it looks alright. We're gonna leave it right now just like this. Okay, we got at least this riverside cleaned. So now we have to fix this area, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mine a chunk. Just a chunk of the land here. Just so I could have an easy time terraforming it. I'm gonna leave just 3 layers of the dirt. And just gonna clean this area. And this is where the second end of this bridge is going to be. I'm going to make a simple bridge, probably a wooden bridge, but now I'm gonna need to terraform this place a little bit. Now I'm going to build a bridge. Let's just go get some more wood. Get some spruce logs. Add logs right here. And let's check what kind of plank designs. So I'm going to take large planks design. So now we're gonna cut them in slabs. And we're gonna cut half of the stack into pillars. So let's make the dirt ruler. So the reason why I'm making this ruler, because I will know exactly where the planks will be built. And the reason why I'm doing every second one, because I'm going to try to make it symmetrical. So we're gonna have to have logs right over here. Then remove some of this dirt from this area. And we're gonna reshape this place a little bit later on. Let's check the ruler. And now I can see where exactly we'll be able to put other logs. So one log is going to be straight under this one. Only spruce logs in the water. And we're gonna build logs to the same level right over here. And the next is going to be under this one. From this side 1 block down. And from this side just 1 block up. So let's just re-terraform this part over here. And now we're gonna add some planks. So now let's just break off maybe the dirt from here. And we're gonna add slabs right over here. Do the same thing on this side. 2 blocks apart, add on this pillar right over here. And we're gonna try to make it like a little bit a curve. Gonna be 1 right over here. Put some blocks right here just so we could place pillars. And as you can see, we will be leaving 1 gap right here, and you have no chance to fall through. Add 1 more right here. Break these parts. Now the middle part. From the middle we're going to go down right here. Do the same thing on this side. And there we go. We have a nice bridge right here. Nice curvy bridge. Gonna get some spruce now planks because they look darker. And we're going to use this maybe, and we're gonna chop it into pillars and maybe some cubes. This one will act as a rope, kinda. I'm gonna put on the last one right here, just as a rope extension. Maybe with the pillars would work the better. Yeah, much better. Of course you can make these ropes to extend to side. Yeah, would work better. And now we're just gonna add some ropes like this on the logs and on the sides of the planks. It's gonna be like this. It's gonna look something like this. Maybe just put this one up. There we go. We have the bridge connected. Now we're gonna have to make ropings. Now we can mainly use cubes, it doesn't really matter. Let's just leave every second gap. And there we go. We have a nice bridge. Simple design. Instead of putting torches on the logs, I'm going to maybe put some stone or marble. We're gonna put these two types of blocks. Gonna put gold parts on the edges right here. I'm gonna put white part in the middle. Now also you can add a small detail, just a rope around the trunk, just a small detail, and you can do the same thing on the bottom part. So yeah, that's the bridge. So let's just go to sleep. Alright, so I think maybe that's pretty much it for today. We did quite a lot of terraforming. Obviously the river took most of the time, but my main goal was just to get this bridge done. So this marker can be deleted. So from this part I will be able to terraform this entire land. And of course I will have to re-terraform most of these rivers again. So it's a massive project coming up, and I'm quite happy that I've got some of my land terraformed again. So probably in the next episode I'm going to add some paths, move these teleporters out. Probably gonna place dimension teleporter inside the tropic land, so I wouldn't have to use this teleporter anymore. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, I hope you learned something, and I hope to see you in the next episode of Minecraft Lordswood's Adventures. So thanks for watching again, and have a nice, beautiful day.